Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Wednesday, April the 3rd, and this is a quick hit on the indexes. Starting off with the Dow, and we had a down day. Best down day in quite a while. We were saying last night that the 60-minute looked like it needed some more down, but we were hoping for some more up to get a blow-off top. So the 60 minutes devolved into what we had today, which is, well, it's not exactly what we were looking for or hoping for. I mean, we know that we're close to a top of some sort, but does that mean that after today the top is in? Well, let's take a look. So we have everything trying to reverse here. Everything is pointing down, even the 14-day RSI moving average. So indicator-wise, you could look at this and say, yep, this looks really, really bad. And that is absolutely true. It looked like yesterday that with the MACD histogram going up, maybe we could get one more little peak on the MACD histogram, button it up, and make it a really gorgeous, massive negative divergence. So is that busted today? Maybe. Maybe. We look here, we see that we have a downtick. And the downtick almost was resolved intraday, but fell just a little bit short at 14,520. We didn't quite get there. Came really close, but didn't quite do it. What else do we have to look at? Well, so the daily we know looks poor. Now if we look at the 60-minute time frame, what do we see? Well, it doesn't look so bad. There was a time in the daily running thread today where we were talking about this this low, previous low, being taken out. Didn't want to see that, and it did get through it. It absolutely did. Actually, we were looking at the global ES, which is slightly different, but still close. And we definitely have a blip in the heat map in this area, the bottoming area of today. We have the stochastics very low. We have the MACD histogram very low. The MACD is pretty low, along with the CCI. The RSI still has some room to move, and the 14-day RSI moving average is at the top and looking to go down. Actually, I'm going to pull that back so that everything is in its proper context. 14-day RSI moving average is not as high as it looks when it's zoomed in. So, anyways, all these pretty decently low. It looks like it is definitely positioned for a bounce. And you could look at this and say, well, it broke out of this low, opening up an opportunity for a lower high. That is absolutely correct. But in the bigger scheme of things, could you ignore this low and say, well, you still have higher lows? Yes. It's a little bit iffy, but yes. If you consider this one to be the previous major low. So, it looks like it's poised for a bounce here at this moment in the 60-minute time frame. The daily time frame looks horrible. I would like to see a bounce and make a lower high. And then you can really put the stake in the heart of this sucker. But, I mean, yeah, it could continue just down. I don't think it will, but it could just continue down, in which case, yeah, then it's already over anyway. Moving on to SPX. Let's see what we have. And we have a downtick. The downtick was resolved intraday. The bubble is fixed. And so the question at this point becomes, what happens next? Since we have a bubble corrected move complete. Well, we have to see what it wants to do next, although, just like the Dow, the daily is aligned in a very negative manner. No need to rehash. And the 60-minute, is there any significant difference? Obviously, we took out the previous lows, but we still have these ascending lows. Is the pattern broken? Well, this also, just like the Dow, seems to be in a pretty good arrangement for a bounce. There's just not much more to add to that at the moment. I would like to see a bounce. I'd like to see a lower high. And that's that's what it is. Going on to the VIX. VIX had a nice day. Really nice day. And we completely cleared the long-term moving average bar, and we did it the proper way, not gapping into it, moving through it. Very nice. And it barely exceeded this previous high, which we've talked about in the past. That actually is a very good sign. A very good sign. We could have the shift today. Very nice. And the daily is arranged in a very nice bullish manner now. So very, very good. TNA is still weirded out because of the split change. So I'm going to go on to SPY and look at the internal structure of volume and see if the volume has changed in the bear's favor, because we've been looking for that. And what do we have? Accumulation distribution going sideways. On balance volume going down towards the trigger line. Question becomes, does it try to pull away from it once again? Of course, if it does, we will have our bounce tomorrow. And beyond that, we have one red, two red, just two reds. And none of them are majors. So it could have a major turn tomorrow, but yeah, until that trigger line breaks, I'm a little bit skeptical. And what else? Oh, we had talked about last night the two things to keep an eye out for. HRB, very nice down move today. And we got a downtick. The downtick gives us a target of 28.5. And everything is arranged in a bearish manner. This looks really good for completing that down move. Although I took the money and ran, I think that there is a very good chance of a bounce tomorrow, and I'd rather reload higher. And the other thing that we were looking at was SLV, which had another nasty day. Yesterday we were talking about the descending trend line here, going down to 26, and it continued. Closing outside the lower Bollinger Band, ending with a messy hammer. Very messy. Putting in a bottoming area in the heat map. It could get darker. And we're still moving down on most things, but we are starting to curl on the CCI. Did not have that yesterday. The RSI, which is flattening out, did not have that yesterday. And the 14-day RSI moving average, which ticked down yesterday, went sideways. So I said last night that this was interesting. Didn't mean that this was a bottom yesterday, getting to the trend line, but that you should be watching this one pretty close. And it is even more interesting after today. So I will continue to watch that, and I think that it will be a bouncer before too long. But I have to see something that really cements that it has a floor in place. And that's it. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you very much.